Okay, so hello, how are you? My name is Diana Obando. I'm going to be with you in this literacy pathways. Okay, so we can work. Everyone needs either an iPad or a cell phone where you can scan QR codes, because as you can see on your desks, everyone's got like little QR codes that are going to take you to web pages. The presentation that I will be sharing with you, if you can scan this QR code, it's going to take you straight to the presentation. Everyone has a letter as well with a color. Make sure that the letter that you got matches the QR code's color on your desk. Okay? Okay, and when we start rotating, we're going to start rotating, what is this, clockwise, right? Okay, so we're going to start rotating clockwise. This is a very hands-on mini conference, right? Like the ideas that you explore, and from the exploration, I will give you later on the tools that you might use. Okay, so let me go to my presentation.
Is it Epic, just plain Epic, or is it Epic Games? Epic
No,
Games?
Epic, the one for reading. That it's in blue, that has white letters and a exclamation mark. That will be the one. Okay, so one of the things that I found very, very hard while teaching languages would be to get the kids to write. It would be something that they absolutely hate. And sometimes sitting them down and trying to face them with a piece of paper, even if you kind of give them sentence starters, everything, it's very hard. And they don't feel very motivated towards writing. So during the conferences in Raleigh and NC Ties, this was actually one of the presentations, like micro writing stations. When you involve technology with what they have to do and you appeal to their likes, they're going to be interested in participating more. Okay, so in each and every one of your stations. Okay, so let's go first. I forgot the content objectives and the language objectives. So content objective, I will use a wide range of apps and web pages to engage the students in series of micro writing tasks to express complete ideas in writing. This will have to be very important when you give the instruction to your students, like the expectations of it, because like the older they get, the less they tend to write. They tend to write like 2, 3, 4 words. So if you clear the expectations for them on what you are expecting, which would be like full sentences, they would know that what is expected from them. Language objective, I will use full sentences and academic vocabulary to communicate ideas in writing using Padlet. Okay? Don't worry, if you scan the QR code, I will show you again later the QR code. If you scan the QR code, you will have a link to the whole presentation. So you don't have to worry about that. Okay? So this is something, again, that I saw in Raleigh. Depending on the amount of time that you have in your classes, you can create more stations or less stations. Due to timing in here, I created 3 stations of about 14 minutes each, where they would have to complete 3 tasks. If you take a look at your desks, you're going to see 3 QR codes. They have numbers, 1, 2, 3. Do you see the numbers in each of them? Okay, so make sure that once you are in your stations, you start scanning them in order, because the first one will take you to a video with the instruction of what has got to be done. The second one is going to take you either to an app, to a video, or to a web page with a specific task that you have to complete. And the task now, and the QR code number 3 is going to take you to a Padlet. The Padlet has different activities. As you can see, you have like complementary material on the desks. Some of them are I see, I think, and I wonder. And there's another one that is an SOS from Discovery Education. Read the instructions, because there's one different thing that you have to do for each of the letters. So when you go into the QR code number 3, I gave you dry erase markers, so at the end of the session, so I can erase. In the number 3, the Padlet, when you go to the Padlet, you're going to see that you have a letter. The Padlet has got columns with letters, so make sure that when you post the information after you explore and after you complete the task, make sure that you post them under the letter that corresponds to you. Okay, this would be a good way. For example, if you're going to do this with your students, either you can give them letters or you can create the Padlet with their names so they know where they have to write under. Again, this is a good way for them to interact with content and well, if you need to show proof to parents of what has been done in class, this would be a great way to showcase and to show the family what you're doing in it. Okay? This would be the tools that you will need, but again, when you click on the links, let's finish first here, and then you'll know what I mean with the tools. So again, remember, step number 1 would be scan the Q&R codes in the order that they are. First, listen to the instruction. Second, go to the webpage or to the resource that is given to you. And number 3, complete the activity in the pages that you have on your desks or on the Padlet. You can do it both ways. Okay, remember that this is the link to the presentation that you can scan in any time. And let's start like counting, because again, this is not something that is to be explained, but it's to be done. So let's get started. 14 minutes counting. If you need any help, let me know. So get your phones and scan the Q&R code number 1.
Got it?
So scan the first one first.
You scan the Q&R 1. Let me see. Remember, you don't need to take a picture.
I'm not taking a picture.
Okay. What do you need?
My phone just keeps crap.
Okay, so let me lend you my iPad. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
The glare,
I wonder why it's
but like
not.
you don't even need the app. If you go to the camera and you put in square, it will pop up straight. QR codes work on not iPhone. This is an iPhone?
No, I don't have an iPhone or an iPad.
So you need to download an app, a Q&R code scanning app.
Why is the box not?
Okay, here it is.
Oh, I went ahead and done it.
But what is this?
It's just where she's scanning.
Can I?
Oh, sure. I usually use my QR code, but it's not.
So it's maybe the glare.
Maybe this is.
Now it works.
Okay,
It was
I
the
have
glare.
my-
You just
I
have
have
to.
my black.
Yes, put it in square. The glare might not help. See, now it's there. Click in the
Oh, you
on
put
top.
that. Oh, okay.
There we go.
There has to be one, but let me see which are the possibilities.
It won't even let me get there yet.
That is a guess. They didn't create a new profile for.
They said bring a laptop so I didn't.
Let me see which one you got. LitTech, this one,
Oh,
because it would not have any.
I see what you're saying.
So what do we do after we
So now what?
After you listen to the instructions, go to Q&R 2.
So I can close out and then
Put it in square. See? No, it detected it, so there you go. If it's not working with the glare, you can lift the Q&R and it will detect it.
We got it.
We got
Yes?
it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, if you are in there, download the app of.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I think Epic was the only one I didn't download.
Okay, so if you want, try to log in and try sign in. So you don't have to download it. Sign in, go students in class, enter your class code, and then the class code is down there, DIA 2097.
Search for what?
Yeah, push.
This?
Yeah, and then it should take you right. Yeah, that's it. You are in Wonder Word, right?
Okay, so I guess you
So I
read
just
it,
watch this?
and then,
You read it, and at the end, on the left side, it should have like some questions and vocabulary. Explore it, because it usually has like a word of the day for you to explore.
Is it that or did I do it wrong?
No, it's not. That's not.
Saving the children. You might not open up for some reason.
Sometimes if you lift it,
Find it out. Left hand, I want to see it, like right here. And push that, and it'll take you to the article. And that's where you'll find.
I was gonna say, I really don't know
Copy.
anything about the moon.
link. No, I think you have to.
Yeah, I think you start at find out, and then go to the test.
This is it. So you just have to click on the link that it shows. We got 9 minutes left.
Student registration on.
Go to guest.
Yeah, but it's not open. You want to hit guess?
It's not letting. What's wrong with this?
That's the
I
question.
tried it this morning and it
I
wouldn't
know,
let me.
I'll try it on my phone. That's the fun part about technology.
It's our friend.
Hey.
Keep repeating it till we start believing that, okay?
Since this is a triad, I just could not keep on adding like people, so.
yeah. Jill's presenting too, and she was like up all like 5 o'clock this
Because
morning
you're
trying to
always
get her
checking
stuff
it
to
and
work. You know, she's
rechecking
got
it.
my
I was-
iPad right now because she.
I was verified
Yeah.
that apparently I'm gonna have to add more people, so let me see if I can add more. Because I tried it this morning and it, like,
worked
as long
in,
as you have the
yeah.
Epic class code, it will work.
Did it work when I was running it?
Or I'll go in incognito and I'll go in and perfect. And
Yeah.
like 30 teachers standing in like shift marks.
Yeah.
So what do we do with the writing station? Like the categories when you watch those videos?
So watch the video and then start reading. It says ABC. A is an adjective. List a word or two that describes something that you saw or learned. E, emotion. Describe.
So this one's saying all the alphabet.
So like you got the G. So you go all the way until the G. And so if you do it in here and you write it in here, you just have to snap a picture and upload it in there.
Like write it on this? So that's what the plus is making.
The plus, it allows you to do things. If you go into the plus, it allows you to type in, or it allows you, if you see in here, it allows you to type in or to upload.
So I get to write something here and then it will upload.
Or then, like in the 3 dots, you can, there will be a camera in there and it will be able to upload, well, to take the little 3 dots. Okay, here it is.
Gotcha.
So upload, so it means you can upload a picture, or cancel, or you can, oh my god, help me out thing.
I don't think I was going to let
Like, why did it come out here?
That way, no. It's like cutting it off or something.
Okay, here it is. So in here you can snap, take a photo
Once
from
we
your
write it, we
camera.
can snap it. Oh, it just shut out. Oh my god.
It crashed. So is it working with the other one that I just added? Or did you?
No, this, I went to the app. It finally updated or whatever and downloaded the app.
When you use a teacher email, it identifies you as an educator
Mm-hmm.
and won't let you
Oh,
use the student sign in.
damn.
That's what I said. That's what I said too. Yeah.
I usually try to, well, I'm trying to, for this one it's working better when I import my classes straight from Google Classroom,
Yeah.
because my classes already have my list of students. So with the classes and they have in the link, they just have to follow the link, go in, and
Yeah.
technically it will pop.
Yeah. And then they've already got,
See, that's what it did then, because when I put my login as my teacher ID, it only let me pull down as an educator. So when it
Try
signed
to
me
find
in-
Miss Obando in here to see if you can find my poor. No, Miss, just Miss. Not married yet.
So, on the Epic, they're reading a story on Epic, and then they're responding to See, Think, Wonder on Padlet.
Exactly, because for example, there are stories about immigration. For example, how immigrants have changed the face of cinema and entertainment in this country. So if
Do they select a story, or everyone at this station is
like
reading the same story?
it's the same story, but it's got like around 12 people that they're showcasing. So from them you can pick one or two to read. So you would do your IC, I think, and I wonder.
Okay,
on the
based
two
on-
that you read. Okay.
Okay.
So if you want, let me show you. Let me show you the. Where do I have? Great, I cannot find it. Miss Obando, my library. Immigration. Find the name of this book. It's called 12 Immigrants Who Made American Entertainment Great. That will be the name of the book in Epic. We got 5 more.
So we're learning that this one of these is going to show us how to do this ourselves?
Yes, like for example, in the presentation, there are links of how to do it all. For example, how to do a piece of the video recording that you saw, where you have the two things where you can record yourself and you record the screen.
Okay.
That is a Screencastify, which is one of the tools that you have in there. The second one would be like making this Q&R codes. There's a link to where you can make this Q&R codes as well. And there's a link to the IOUs, which is what you're going to find in that desk.
Okay.
And again, another types of Q&R code generators, like in case.
Okay. So as long as I say copy link, I can go back to it later?
Like, yeah, you have the link for the presentation. You can go to it anytime that you want, or you can download it. I enable it for downloading, so you can download the
So where,
presentation.
I would have to do that on...
Scan that QR code in there. It's going to take you to the presentation
Okay. Thank you.
with a presentation that has all of the resources.
So one of these up here is going to take me to all of that? That one up there?
That one up there is going to take you to the other presentation that has all of the links to do. These ones are like separate links, like to separate activities. So this one you can do either way. You can do it right in here, or you can decide to write in here and snap a picture and upload it.
Okay.
Because if you see in here, you got like a little picture of it.
Okay.
Where you can snap just the picture. So whatever it's easier for you. Use the paper.
Very cool.
That's Colombian.
anybody else? What's the big deal about Columbia?
I'm Colombian.
I
I'm Colombian.
I gave you that.
Yeah, Armando Padilla has been moved to the other team. He's not mine anymore. He's Miss Taylor's.
I didn't know, but Armando is on my student.
No, he's supposed. I got a thing in my box. about
yes.
His extra
I'll put
services,
it,
so
I'll
I didn't
put it.
know if Miss
So-
Taylor knew about them or not.
No, so put it in Miss Taylor's.
Okay.
Please, thank
No
you,
worries.
and I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Just
I
that-
I didn't know if that had ever been communicated. So
That was the list that I had, so.
yeah, no, you're fine. And she had a sub several days this week, so I don't know if he made it.
Most
or
probably, no,
not.
he didn't make it, and like that's why I'm like taking the trouble of like put it in
Yeah, yeah.
every mailbox so the teachers know where to send them, because as you can see, they need all the help they can get.
Absolutely.
Okay, you got 2.5 minutes to submit your writing pieces into Padlet. Let me put it in Padlet to see how it's going. Okay, no post yet, but don't worry, you still have some time.
Pick a student. I mean, a person.
Just remember to use complete sentences whenever possible, okay?
Yeah, I think so.
I got this thing in here to erase if you need.
Thank you. I'm so used to just
Don't worry.
my finger.
But they're not allowed
It's hard to write incomplete sentences in that box. So these
Don't worry.
marks-
So as much as you
I
can do.
just write.
Next time that I know that for my sessions, I will need to get those.
I could do it like
Like,
this.
but I put paper
We
in.
don't have one-on-one.
I put tissue. Let me get another piece of tissue for you. So, can you give me a piece of tissue, please? Thank you.
But we don't get one-on-one all the time.
Which Q&R codes?
Can you put any on, like the scanner thing on the laptop? Or no, it has to be an iPad. It's on mine.
It should work. It's just that I don't know how to scan from here. What you can do is to scan here and airdrop the link to the computer. That I did. For example, when I was in Raleigh doing the presentations, that's what I did. Since it was easier for me to scan with a cell phone, I would scan it with the cell phone or the iPad, and then I would airdrop it to the computer or send
AirDrop.
it.
Oh, okay.
I would airdrop it to the computer, and it would open instantly.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I would do that.
So how do you do that?
But you cannot airdrop if this is not like an Apple.
Okay.
So you
Okay,
can
so
get the
AirDrop
links.
is on here, but okay.
You can get the links and copy paste them into like an email from here and send them to your computer. That could work too.
Cool, thank you. Because I charged this, I didn't run my phone.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did.
Okay, so click and post. So it is uploaded. Oh, here you are. You put it in your letter, right? B.
Oh, my letter was B?
Look, you have it in here. Don't delete it. So if you already have it, put it in there so we don't lose it because
Okay.
you have no copy of that picture. So I'd rather you post it in the right place.
She has a 8 and 6-year-old daughter.
Okay, so technically our time is done. We should be rotating to, remember, clockwise to the next table. And again, in the next table, you will find again 3 Q&R codes that are going to take you to a different instruction, different resource, and to the same Padlet in the end, okay? I'm going to give you like a minute to make the transition.
Neat idea. Do you know if on Chromebooks, if there's a way to do a QR code with Chromebooks? Because I've not been able to figure that out.
Download the QR scanner.
Are we allowed to do that on every one of the Chromebooks that we have to share with the class, or? I mean, I have to ask the technology person.
Yes.
All Apple devices detect automatically, but any Android would have to have a.
They would have to have that, yeah. We do a lot of Google Classroom and stuff.
So I think that, for example, the links, you can share the links via Google Classroom. Instead of doing the Q&R, share the links in via Google Classroom, so they would just have to click on the links.
Yeah, because that's what I do, because it helps.
It helps. It helps us all do. And then I always have that there to show what we've done. And all the links, if there's anybody absent, they can always go back in. So it's really good. But I love the QR codes. They like that because it's different. You know, it's
Yes,
just get really interested.
Let me get that for you.
Is this your classroom?
No, it's not. Mine is in the trailer out there. But this is not mine. Okay, so I'm gonna reset the timer for some. Remember that if you cannot scan it like on the table because of the glare, like put it up and it would scan immediately. So I'm gonna get again the 14 minutes and they get started right now. Again, in here we're gonna find a little trouble with the Epic because I usually import my classes and for teachers it's different. So I'm gonna show you the book that you need to find once you get to Epic because it's gonna take you to Epic, but since the student login is not well, this is the book that you should look for, okay? This is the book that you should look for. So listen to the instructions. What do you have to do with the What do you have to do with the book?
One drop Padlet. In the Padlet, you have an assigned letter.
Again, all of these videos are recorded with Screencastify. If you haven't been there, but it gives you many possibilities. Recording just yourself, recording just the screen, or recording both at the same time. And it uploads it straight into YouTube, so you don't even have to worry. Like when
What kind of camera is that?
no, it's an app that you actually install it. It's This thing in here is called Screencastify. So it's an extension that you download for Google. That's it. So whenever you need to record, you just hit that, and whatever you need to do, if you need to record your screen, whether it's online or not, you just have to click the button. It's going to give you the options. It's going to test everything, and when it's done, it's going to upload it into YouTube if that's what you need, or it's going to download it into your computer.
And again, thank you for coming to the
That's a pretty cool tool. Oh, let me show you. This one you can. It took me a while to figure that out too. Okay, so this is a web page that has like wonders of the day.
And we can pick one of those, right?
You can pick one of those, Annie. It's got like vocabulary words highlighted throughout the reading once you pick. And then on the left side, it's got like the list of vocabulary that it could test you on. And it also has got quizzes on to test your knowledge. See, it's got like find out and test your knowledge. So it would be very nice. You just choose one of the topics to read on. Remember that you can do the writing piece either written in the Padlet, or you can write in these things and snap a picture and upload it under your letter, okay? Remember that you should have rotated with your letter. So if at the beginning you were B, you're still B. You're not changing from B, okay? Don't worry. Did you already watch the beginning video? Mm-hmm. That is recorded with Screencastify. Screencastify is an extension for Google that you just need to install it, and whenever you need to record either yourself, the screen, or both, it's going to allow you to do any of it, and it uploads either straight into YouTube if that's what you want, or it allows you to download a copy of what you did. You don't have to worry because it's in the presentation, and the link to download the extension for Google, it's in there.
Awesome, thank you.
Are you sure you went to the right video?
That's just what
I know, but I think there was a mistake. You had to. Did you scan the Q&R too?
no.
Okay, so I'm sorry to take you on, but
I know. Exactly.
again, this was on immigration, so I think this will be the right one. This is the one. No, they did watch it, but maybe it ended, and remember that if you don't click and stop, it plays the next video. Maybe that's what happened.
We can't get it to work at all. We can't get the video to play. We can't get hers to work either.
Do you have the app of?
I did, but and I have it right here. I had Epic.
Did you have Epic in there?
Yeah, I declined that. I mean, I
Epic.
I uploaded it.
So
Yes.
if it's not working as a guest, let's try to do something else.
I did log in as a
Okay.
teacher.
Mailbox.
Module, like all the vocabulary.
So if it logged in as a teacher, type in the name of these 12 immigrants, and it should come out. Who made American entertainment great?
Made.
There, open it up.
I wasn't sure because there was a bunch of them that was sitting there. Okay, there we go.
So in here, the task is, it's got like 12 stories of people who made great again. You just have to pick one or two, and depending on what you read, you have to fill one of these on I see, I think, and I wonder.
To that book.
Let's go in here. Again, it should be working as the students, but if it's not, because as soon as you register as a teacher, okay, it appears in here. Please work, please work.
Oh, this is my account.
Okay, so in here, do me a favor, since you're with your teacher account, type the name of the book, like it's 12 immigrants who made.
Published The Prophet.
Mm-hmm.
Made him famous.
Freedom.
That's the one. Open it
That's
up.
it?
Pick 1 or 2 stories out of the 12 immigrants that are in there, and then you complete the I see, I think, and I wonder. Okay?
Unfortunately, we are lucky. We arrived in Libya. Just only one person dead inside our car.
That is very sad.
And everybody is separate and try to find.
Remember that, yes. Remember to upload it in your letter, okay? Again, it's easier with students when you have your classes. You just have to list the names of your students in there. For example, I'm doing this as part of the grant. I'm going to have communication in this way with a school in Colombia because, and we're talking about immigration, most of my students are Hispanic. And the perspectives and the views that students in Colombia have of immigration, it's so different from the ones they have in here. So it will be kind of an eye-opener for both sides. And in this case, I would not label it with the names, but I would give them letters. And the student in Colombia will have like a matching letter.
Oh, so they talk with each other.
Exactly. That's the idea, that they would like read on the other side's comments, whatever they had to say, and then comment back.
English and Spanish or both?
English. Well, technically both sides speak both languages, but the idea in both sides is for them to reinforce and grow in English language use.
And see, I could do the same thing because I'm the son of an immigrant myself. And my cousin teaches in England, where my mom is from. So my students would struggle with that English as well.
So it would be great, for example, if you're doing a project, you could use the same Padlet. You just refocus on whatever the topic is you need them to talking about. And this could be like a great strategy. And again, it's going to give them meaningfulness because they know that it's not just going to be a thing that is posted in there for the teacher to see, that there's going to be like communication, like across halfway the world, let's say, and some other kid is going to be reading what they're doing.
And it makes global learning more than just a catchphrase, too.
Exactly. Exactly. So we still have 5 more minutes. You got spare time on your
Just overachievers over here.
Well, I mean, we kind of bombed the first round. So.
Yeah. Kind of, what we make up for it here, is that what you're saying? Gotcha.
Again, for teachers, technically it's a little easier, so they should complete the tasks faster.
No, the
Sometimes.
technology use is easier for them. You know that.
And I don't know what are your thoughts on what we're doing like right now.
I think it's good. I'm getting ideas.
I was like, when I saw this in NC Ties, I was like, they're gonna love this so much when we get to use this in class. So I am pretty excited on actually using it in the class. Later when we're done, we're gonna start like checking all of your posts and everything that you've done to see how it went. Like, what are your comments on it?
I like this because I can assign them a number. They already have a number in my grade book. So giving them that number at the beginning of the year, or for each assignment, they can keep a running tally of what they've done.
Exactly. And again, it gives like proof, like if a parent comes like, what is it that you've been doing? It's online. Here's the link. You just can go and access.
That's what I love about Google Classroom. Because a lot of times we'll start a novel, they did a work, and then by the end of the novel, I want them to go back and like edit. Okay, so what do you think now? Or what are your ideas the same? How have they changed? Why?
You know, another thing that I am doing, but I'm doing it in Seesaw. They're reading books and they're reading stories, right? And so I'm dividing like my reading in kind of 5 weeks. They're not reading such long books, but shorter ones. So let's say that week 1, they pick the book and they start reading. Week 2, they have to, there's an instruction in Seesaw that I already have where they have to take a picture of the cover of the book they're reading. They have to make a read aloud and record it and put it into Seesaw and make a comment on a small summary on whatever they read, right? And then on week 3, every week that they keep on reading, they have to add in the comments a piece of additional information or a summary on what they are reading. For example, when I reach week 4, they would have to complete a chart where they have to do problem, solution, and plot in general, description of the plot. And again, it's adding information and not letting them forget what they have done. So if they forget what they read the last week, they can go to the comments and read what was the summary. So it helps them keep track of what they're doing. And some of them have given me very positive comments about the read alouds, saying that they were reading terribly. And the more they practice their reading alouds and recording into it, because they really try hard to make it right, it has helped them better.
Fluency. That's awesome.
Fluency and the understanding, everything.
That's awesome.
You should try that one too.
They're just from
Well, there's
It's just different
most
areas,
of them
like
are.
Chicago, there's Mexico, there's
Well, there's
There's
some that come
Colombia.
from Mexico, some from Colombia, some
I want to
from
go there.
Paris.
I want to go there.
What?
I want to go there.
It's beautiful. You should. You should.
Where?
Colombia.
That's where
Oh, I've
Like-
been to Puerto Rico and Mexico, but I've
We
never
have
been to
all of the
Colombia.
weathers, but my hometown, for example, is spring year-round.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
So the
it's
weather is
beautiful flowers.
perfect, and it's beautiful.
Do you know Miss Garzine?
Yes,
Don't you miss that weather?
She's had her baby, but she's from Colombia.
but she's from Bogota. Like her city is kind of colder. Let's say
That's what she
it's
said. She said it's more like fall.
it's more like
She's
fall
on the
weather.
other side of
Well, it's not on the other side.
the state.
Yes, it's in different
State of
states.
Colombia.
It's different states. So she
Yeah, they
lives
have
in.
their own states, just like Mexico has their own states.
It's like in here. It's like in here. Like you have the state of North Carolina, South Carolina. So we have the same thing. It's just that they're named different and located different. And since we have like 3 mountain ranges, it's like depending on how far or how you are in the mountain ranges.
How cold
like,
it is.
Exactly. And the people who lives in the beaches like hot year round. And I mean like summer year round.
Right, right. So it's gonna be different. Let's see.
Okay, 2 minutes to finish. And for you, which I haven't told, whatever you're seeing, like the videos that I've recorded of myself, you already saw that there was one in here that had the 2 pieces. For example, recording of the screen and recording of myself in the corner. Here is just me. There's like in the presentation, one of the links to a Screencastify, which is an extension for Google that you just download. And whenever you need to record, it's going to allow you to do any of the 3 things. Record both the screen and yourself, or just the screen. It gives you like different options to highlight the pointers, to circle stuff, to write on it. So it is a very good option. And again, it's just an extension for Google Chrome.
So you learned this yourself you said in Raleigh?
In Raleigh and NC Ties, like a couple of weeks ago already.
Okay. I keep hearing a lot about that, but I didn't know anything about it.
It was so good. So many things to learn. My head was kind of spinning.
Was that something that you had to sign up for yourself? Or?
No, I got a grant from the county this year, doing research specifically, and one of the benefits that I got was actually be able to attend to NC Ties, to be able to like see search and whatever I can gain and make part and incorporate as part of my grant.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Cool. Okay. How long was you there?
I wonder, what do I wonder? I can't think.
I wonder what motivated them to pursue this artist.
That sounds like
It's a lot of art,
that too. Like there's,
a lot of background, a lot of diversity.
for example, there's a Colombian painter. Watts, because I think he already died. Botero. He would be like the one who painted like the chubby ones in all of his paintings. He would be like one of the greatest Colombian artists. And by the end of his years, he was not living in Colombia. I think he was living in Paris. And he's got like.
When are you going to Colombia again?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Did
I went.
you go?
I went in November.
Yeah, you went not long ago.
So are you here always? Are you here on a visa or?
On a visa.
On a visa. How many years?
5.
And we have Mr. G who's leaving us.
Exactly. Just the same program.
Mr. G over at Intermediate School at Galliano. He's leaving.
leaving?
After this year.
Is he
He's
going
been
back
there
to
5 years.
Colombia?
Because we have that visa brings teachers like for up to 5 years working in schools.
And bringing that back to their country to help with ideas or.
Well, that could work a lot because I've learned so many things. For example, in schools in here, that if I go back, I will have like mind blowing and like a lot of things that they are not aware exist and they can use in the classroom. So that could be something outstanding. Okay, so we're good. Let's rotate, please, to the last station so we complete the last of the writing tasks. Remember, rotate clockwise and do not forget the letter that you've been using. Okay?
Just leave your stuff there for us.
It's still talking without your permissions. Double click on the bottom so you can close whatever was left open. Like in here, if you double click,
Oh.
whatever you left open, you can just.
I have it in my email. You need to write my name down?
Okay.
You have to sign something later. If your name's not on there, I do have my email.
Write it down below. Write it down below. If her name is not there, write it down below, and then you sign.
There's a one.
Mhm.
Okay.